welcome to another edition of the world famous low budget show with Damon Millard. That's me. We got another great show for you. On today's show is Mr. Justin Lanza. He'll be here to talk with us one-on-one. We have a cartoon, The Down and Outer, and what else is there? Oh, the COK tribute video that did not play at the COK 5th anniversary show / gala / masturbatory event that we threw in Milwaukee. So I'll play it here on this show, and that'll be great. Alrighty. So what's going on with me? Well, first of all, you can always get a hold of me on Twitter at LaughingCock. That's at LAUGHINGCOK. Or you can send me an email. That's DamonSMillard@yahoo.com. Don't forget the S, because you won't get a hold of me if you do forget it. Alright, whatever. So, I was super hungover. What day was that? Monday. Monday, I was probably in the top 10 hangovers of all time. Because my girlfriend, Robin, she competed in the Bloody Mary Mixdown at the Brooklyn Hot Sauce Expo, whatever. I think that's what it was called. The 2015 Hot Sauce Expo, New York City Expo, Hot Sauce. All those words were in there. And so she competed. She had to, first of all, she had to win a preliminary round about a month ago. And then that got her into the finals at the Hot Sauce Expo, and she took second place, right? Yay! It was a mean Bloody Mary too. It was a rough contest. Like there was a lot of good drinks being made there. There was a lot of experts, you know. And dude, Bloody Marys aren't like what they were when I was growing up, because I used to drink a lot of Bloody Marys growing up. You know, like when you think of a Bloody Mary, well, it depends on where you're from, but like, it's usually just like you got a celery stalk and that's it. It's tomato juice, vodka, celery stalk. But these fucking things are out of control. Like cheese and somebody put a slider on there, and then one of them was a big old bacon wrapped shrimp leg that I wanted to eat. Shrimp leg? It wasn't a leg. It was the whole shrimp. And, wow, I'm bombing this week, aren't I? It's alright. It's alright. So anyway, my girlfriend, she took second place. So, yeah, that was awesome. And one of the things she got when she won the preliminary round was she got some VIP passes. And so we had open bar, and we just wrecked. We didn't eat really either. We just got wrecked. She went and she did the contest, and we got a call foul too, because the guy who won, the guy who beat her, the guy who took first place, he didn't finish in time. You had 90 seconds to make the drink, and he didn't get all of his garnishes in the glass. So technically, Robin is the winner. I mean, it's just official, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, we got cranked up. I was taking a lot of photos, and you can just see us just getting hammered as they go. Like we had to resort to the photos to fill in the blanks in our mind. That's how fucked up it was. Anyway, so that's that. Also this week, or was it last week? Anyway, since last time I talked to you guys, I watched the whole new season of Walking Dead in like 2 sittings, really. Like just like an asshole, just one after the other. 'Cause that's what I do. That's it. I've watched, what was it? I think it was 14 episodes of The Walking Dead, and I did stand-up 3 times. Man, I just haven't felt like doing stand-up. I think I'm clinically depressed. Can you see I'm growing a depressed beard? And you know, it's making me even sadder because it's not a good-looking beard. It's not, look at this. Can you see that? That's the best I got. That's the best I can do. oh, my beard's making me more depressed. It's like this downward spiral. Like, I'm growing a beard because I'm depressed, and then the beard that I'm growing is so shitty that it's making me more depressed, so I try to grow more of a beard. Oh, I'm just going to be staring out this window soon. I tell you. I don't know. What else have I been doing? I was on the People's Court. I was just in the audience. I was paid to be an audience member on the People's Court, and it's so fucked up. There was nothing like really classic. There was no like classic cases on this one, but I got to sit in the in the pews, and then the doors open, and the song comes on. Dun, dun, dun. This is Vanessa, whatever her face is. She's suing her boyfriend for $800 because he gave her money for stilettos that she spent on coke. You know, that stuff? That was good. So, yeah. That was fun. They tape it in Connecticut. Did you know Marilyn, what's her name? Judge Marilyn Milian? She got a fat ass. She does. She's Cuban. It's like this. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah. That, and we had to move recently. We moved from the Upper West Side to like Midtown. Technically Hell's Kitchen. It's so much loud. Right by Lincoln Tunnel. It's so much crazier and louder and beepier around here. It's like, yeah, I don't know. So, anyway. It's loud. Well, I like the place a lot. We got a good view. Want to see the view? I'll show you the view. That's our view right there. And then right there too. See that? People are down there doing stuff. This is it. So that's where we're at. I think there's a homeless shelter over here though, because it's rough. It's rough in the daytime, but like right around 9 o'clock, everybody's curfew kicks in, and people got to go back home. So it's actually safer at night in this neighborhood. It's weird. You'll get stabbed around lunchtime, right downstairs in our lobby. You'll get stabbed. So anyway, DamonSMillard@yahoo.com. My Twitter @LaughingCock. Also go to my website, DamonMillardComedy.com. I'm going to be adding some new cool things on there. All right, this show is going to be long because I'm going to play the COK tribute video, and then we'll have the Down and Outer with Ryan Lowe, and then Justin Lanza coming up. So stay tuned for that. Right now is this video. I made this video for Cast the Killers, this comedy collective that I've been part of since the beginning. I actually started it with a buddy of mine, and we just put on shows and open mics, stuff like that, and but we've been doing it for 5 years, and so I'm not in Milwaukee anymore, which is where it is, and so I made this video that they were supposed to play at the 5-year anniversary party, and I think there was like technical difficulties, or someone didn't know how to use a laptop, so it didn't never play. And so here it is now. Check it out, and then I'll see you guys a little later. Hey kids! Thanks for joining me to celebrate Cast the Killers' 5th anniversary. Thank you guys for coming out. I'm here in New York, and as you can tell, everything is just doing great. It's just been a wonderful 5 years. It's great here. I just hang out with my friends.
Life is tremendously sad just by being in it.
So a lot of people want to know like why Cast the Killers started and stuff like that. I was performing a lot at I was doing some lucrative open mics. At the time I was doing like Dane Cook's material, plus I would do a lot of like stage dancing. I would sell my jokes with charisma, basically. I would pay $2 at the Miramar Theater, and I would get a CD, and then what I would do is I would take that CD home, and I would duplicate it 10 times and I would sell it for $4 each. That's $40. That's $38 in profit. $38 in profit? That's insane. I bumped into this fresh comic, he wasn't really good. He was a struggling comic, wasn't very funny. Like, Jason had like 9 or 10 black jokes. He had a couple of knock-knock jokes. Yeah, so Jason comes up to me. I go, hey, how you doing? He goes, hello, I'm Jason Hellman. I have female reproductive organs. I'll never forget that. And so what I did was I brought him under my wing. I started Cast of Killers in 2010 with Jason Hillman. From the beginning, Cast of Killers has been shrouded in this cloud of secrecy and clandestine activities. We knew that we could exploit some people, and so what we did is we set up this group. Here's how Cast of Killers works. You got your top. That's me and Jason. And then what we would do is we would go to open mics and stuff, and we would tell people that they were funny. I mean, they weren't very funny, but we told them that they were. We would just tell them that, and then we would get a $600 subscription fee, and from that, we would license the name Cast of Killers, and then let them start their own open mics. Or we'd give them open mics if they weren't able to get their own. Then what those guys would do is they would tell other comics that they were funny, and then they would get a $600 subscription fee. You just need 6 comics below you that you blow smoke up their butthole, and then they start an open mic, and all the money just trickles up to the top. All the money just trickles up to the top. That's how it works. If you have trouble signing a new comic, getting him to sign up for a new open mic, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to wear a hoodie. That way you seem like a real comic, okay? So now you got one of these, okay? And, here's how it'll work. You just come up after the set and be like, yo, how long you been doing this? No way, I would have thought years. You're super funny. You ever think about starting an open mic? Just give me $600 and then do your own mic. If he doesn't go for that, have one of these fall out of your pocket. And just be like, oh man, because of comedy, I've just been nonstop crushing puss. And then that'll usually get him to sign up. Here at the top, that's me and Jason. So now these comics pay these comics who pay us. Jason doesn't even write jokes anymore. That's how that happened. That's how that started. It's a fucking scheme, dude. Shh. Everybody's in on it. Ryan Holman, Sammy, Gary Zajakowski, that kid with the really big fucking hair. It's a Madoff scheme. The whole thing, it's not even a real situation. Eric Thorson's the only one who doesn't know. You know what's ironic? I snort so much less coke now that I do comedy. It's so weird. In all reality, though, it really is like the greatest thing I've ever had in my life. I know it's jokes, and it seems like it shouldn't matter. I started doing comedy at the lowest point of my life, and I never thought I'd be happy ever again. COK and stand-up gave me all that back. It gave me a reason, It made all the pain make sense, and I can't believe we've made it 5 years. So many good times, man. I couldn't ever possibly expect you to get what it means to me. In the beginning, it was just me and Jason and my shitty little Hyundai, and we went everywhere we could to get stage time. We we did whatever it took, and we knew that there needed to be something else. It didn't make sense to drive hours to do shitty bar shows, you know? And we wanted to do shitty bar shows closer. We realized that there was other people just like us, funnier than us, who deserved more stage time, and that's where the whole idea came from. And it's taken me on like the greatest journey ever, you know? I mean, besides Lord of the Rings, that's a little bit better. But COK's not bad, too. I mean, there was just so many memories that I gained by doing this. So many... And it made me a strong comic. And I met some really great people. Thank you so much for being there along the way. You know, Eric Thorson, Ryan Mason, Mario, Laura, Stacy, Liza, Jason. I know a lot of people came even after I left. Some people in that scene don't even know who I am. When I see all the stuff that's happening in Milwaukee, you know, on Facebook and all the photos and stuff that are coming out now, it's just, I'm really, really proud of that scene, you know, and I just thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting live local comedy, and I hope to see you guys really soon.
Walking around, what's this here? Job application. Shouldn't be too hard. Let's see here. Name. I say I know that one. You're not going to fool me again. Sex? Well, that's nice, but I did just ate. No. Thank you.
Mr. Staples will see you now.
Remember, don't be yourself.
Hello there. Thank you for coming in. Now I have to ask, have you ever been convicted of a felony?
Convicted? No.
Good. Here's another one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years? 5 years? 5 years?
Fucking
Yeah, bitch, you want some?
Oh my god!
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. And I'd be like, come on, zombies, you want some of this?
Get
Come
out
and
of
get
my
it. I'll kill all
office!
you
Now!
motherfuckers. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. And I'd be like,
Welcome back to the Low Budget Show, everybody. Joining me now for the interview section is Justin Lanza. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. What are you up to?
Hanging out.
Cool, man. Well, thanks a lot. A lot of people don't know this, but this is the second time.
Number two.
Yeah, this is the second time
Number
he's on
two.
the show.
Yeah.
This is a number 2 for sure.
Damon showed me the cut, and I was like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, he
Calling my agent.
had creative control, and he didn't let me put out the last one. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
No, what happened is we upgraded the audio system, and so it'll be a lot cleaner and better this time.
Yes. You were kind enough to give me the call, and I appreciate that. And you're like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do this right.
Yeah. What you been up to? Anything interesting to talk about? I think last time we talked about beards. This one's getting fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I mean, it's wonderful.
It's terrible,
I love
wonderful.
I love the way it looks. It just like.
But it's a gift curse?
Yeah. I mean, I just, some people are like, oh, you could trim it and take care of it. I don't know. I like looking like an animal. But I also I ate an ice cream cone yesterday in public, and that was a mistake.
Oh, no.
Is
it all in there?
Yeah, like all just in my soul patch and my mustache. When you don't trim your mustache, it becomes like a mosquito net.
Yeah.
And so like anything that like goes into my pie hole gets just trapped by these little spider fingers.
We were intended to have beards, right? Like
As people?
As people.
Yeah.
And then at some point, some guy was like, you know what? I want to bang younger broads. And just was like, do you think that's what happened?
You think that was it?
I don't know.
Pedophilia mania?
Well, I wouldn't say pedophilia, but like maybe he was like, yo, I'm sick of this 40-year-old snatch, you know? I want to see what these...
I feel like it was so long ago, they all died at 15 anyway.
Oh, that's true.
So like he was pushing 30, and he was like he was about to go, and he's like he wanted to look 14 again, in your sexual prime, 14 years old.
Yeah, well, weird. It always gets a little weird on these shows, but yeah, I don't know. I can't grow a beard.
No.
I'm 37 years old. I've never grown a beard once. I get these little patches here
Mm-hmm.
that just won't. They're clean. They're just perfectly clean. So I'll be bald long before I have a beard.
Yeah, the beard is my backup when I catch my hair thinning a little bit. Like I can just start working out now and become a fucking cartoon character.
Might as well
grow a huge beard, shave the head. Start fighting strangers.
That's a tough look. You got to be a tough guy to pull that off. I don't want to do this thing, whatever that is, the male pattern
The
thing.
horseshoe.
I don't want to do it.
I don't know. I think about that sometimes. I feel like the girl you're with kind of wants a little hair to play with, and that's why a lot of guys keep it.
My girl
But I
won't
feel
let
like-
me shave it.
Yeah, like most guys would just be like,
Yeah.
cut that shit out. But some girls, they just, they like the way it feels
I
together.
feel pathetic. The thing about
it's a little embarrassing. You're just like, just let me nick it in the bud. Just cut it off.
Yeah, the thing about my hair is the more I have, the balder I look. You know what I mean? It's like it sucks, man.
Short haircuts, you know, until you die.
When'd you start growing the bad boy, though?
This is like 13 months
13 months?
of untouched,
But
growth.
before that, you were just clean, or what?
No, I mean, I grow this habitually. It just, now it's cool. It was never cool before. I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah.
The whole Lebanese side of my family, none of my cousins grow it. They just choose not to.
Right.
And then me and my brother are like the only ones. We're like the black sheep of that clan, kind of.
You were like, we never take planes anyway. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, we're landlocked, but.
So, for people who don't know, you're from upstate New York,
Yes.
like I am. Not too far from my hometown of Binghamton.
Not
you're from
far at all.
Utica, right? Utica. And how'd you end up here in New York, and why comedy?
I initially wanted to move to LA as soon as I graduated, and then I didn't. Because I went to school for film, and I want to work in film. So I waited a couple years in Buffalo. Things weren't going the way I wanted. My cousin suggested I move to New York, and I did.
Yeah, not a lot of film industry in Buffalo, I'm guessing.
It's picking up now, and I have a lot of friends. Most of my friends now in Buffalo work in the film industry there. It's so easy to make films there, but it's just like the industry isn't there. It's so hard. It's so hard to grasp why more people don't shoot there.
Every day you walk down the street here, you'll see like a video or a movie. Something's being shot everywhere. You know, cars are being towed constantly.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder, like, it must be just so hard to like coordinate it. You know.
Yeah, and like.
And it's so expensive to shoot.
The city of Buffalo will like bend over backwards for any production that comes through, and like in New York, it's just like it's a burden on the people now because with that new tax credit, more and more shows come here, and you know the streets get blocked off. People get pissy that they can't park on their blocks anymore, and yeah, just the flux of people in general, and having to have that perfect frame in a like you know. The most intense walking city there is. There's an epic cityscape here, you know, beautiful skyscrapers and, you know, people dream of being here, and to shoot something here is, so you know, it's obvious.
So you moved here, started working in film, and then got into comedy while you were here.
Yeah, I always wrote like stand up. Everything I ever thought was funny or creative, I kept in a folder, and you know, I even wrote like stand-up bits to do at like the talent show at my high school. Of course I never did, and it kind of went to the wayside. I played in a hardcore band in Buffalo, and I couldn't play in New York because all my buddies are dispersed. You couldn't find anyone to play with.
You know what
I didn't have a creative outlet.
Do you know what I just pictured? I just pictured like a comedy hardcore band.
Yeah.
Like does that exist?
It exists.
Yeah.
I've seen some goofy hardcore bands, yeah.
Where they're trying to make you laugh. But, well,
trying to make you, I guess more just self-aware. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I guess, well, this is more of a metal band, but like Guar.
Okay.
You know, they have that giant fake penis, and they wear these giant, like, Power Rangers kind of bad guy costumes.
Yeah,
the giant penis that shoots out blood over the crowd. And
yeah, they remind me of that tag team of WWF. Do you remember Demolition? The group, they had like the spikes on these like. They had like those football shoulder pads with the spikes.
I think so.
That's all right. I'll show a picture of Demolition right now.
Yeah, sounds pretty black metal.
Yeah, yeah.
I was too picky about who I wanted to play with, and I couldn't play with the band that I really liked, so I thought, well, this is something I always thought about. My buddy Shelby, who lived down the hall from me, was going to open mics, so I started going to open mics. And then I've been doing that, you know, a few days a week for, you know, until now. The first time I actually went up, it was at the Pit. It was in the basement, which now hosts one of my favorite mics at this time. It was a 2-minute mic, and I went up dead last. There was like 3 people there.
Oh, yeah.
It was super late, and I got like 1 or 2 kind of chuckles. Yeah, I got a couple chuckles. But it was more than enough, you know, and I saw so many people that I thought were fun. I couldn't grasp how many people were funny in the city.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it blew me away. So that alone was enough to, like, you know, to get me going and get me motivated to see how many people were doing this. It's insane. It's insane to think about, you know. And
Yeah.
I like comedy because it's not a perfect meritocracy.
Right.
Especially, you know, not like, you know, the lower levels. But, you know, if you're funny... And you can you put out, it's you know
you
rise. Get respected. Yeah, you'll rise.
Your cream will rise. I mean, that's one thing. I mean, there's one real simple comfort in this for me, and it's like I can do this for the rest of my life. I never have to like at this kind of level. I can perform every single night for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? At this, it's like you never have to give up this dream. It's not like. If you want to be a UFC fighter, you got X amount of days, and that's it. You know, if you want to be a Major League Baseball player, you got till you get through college to try. You know, there's a window for football or baseball or shit, even business school. You know, there's a certain window. With comedy, man, you can just. I mean, I started late, but I can do it till the day I die. You know? And
absolutely.
Yeah, I might not be playing Madison Square Garden, but. I can play fucking the Village Lantern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So yeah, there's a little bit of comfort in that, and it's cool that you get to mingle with these people all the time, like people that you like look up to constantly.
Yes, and talking and having friends that are comics now, I kind of changed as a person. I used to be a little more like safe with I had this. I think everybody's afraid to be misunderstood, and now because I'm with comics and we say so much fucked up shit,
Yeah.
like I know they're not going to misunderstand me because they know who I am as a person.
Right.
You know, if I want to say something, that's just outlandish or racist, just to kind of like, just to make someone laugh, just to pick at someone,
Yeah,
just to poke them, you know what I mean? They're not going to be like, well, why the fuck did you say that?
Yeah. Yeah, where like...
They know why I said it.
Like some other people might get offended and never talk to you again in your life.
Yeah.
You know? But...
They understand context, and I feel like a lot of regular people don't understand context.
Yeah. I can't ever go back to the way I was before.
Right.
Like I have this thing coming up where I might have to answer to some other people about my life.
Like a job? Are you describing what a job is?
Well, sort of a job. Yeah, anything like that. Like, I don't think I can go there and just keep my mouth shut anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I worry about what I'm going to say sometimes.
Yeah. Because you just get this level of freedom.
Yeah,
with comedy.
yeah.
It doesn't really exist anywhere else.
No, it does not.
I've said some stuff that I should have got my ass kicked
Yeah.
for, but just because I was holding a mic and there was a spotlight.
Right. And that's something I think a lot of some comics need to understand. There's no perfect protection from that. Every time you say something, there's some sort of risk, and I recognize that. I'm always ready to have my ass kicked, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Oh.
I never say that much. I make it sound like I'm saying fucked up stuff. I
Yeah.
don't say that much. I don't say things that are too controversial, but I'm always like I'm ready for it because I know it could happen
It could
from
happen.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did have a guy jump on stage at a show, at like a comedy club.
Oh, yeah? Did you
If it
kick
was a
it?
bar show, I probably would have got my ass kicked. But it was a club with like with bouncers
Oh.
and stuff.
So the bouncers kicked his ass.
Well, they pulled him out of there, but I really took a chance. I left my guard open. I was making fun of some. He was a heckler. He was just wouldn't shut up, and
Yeah.
I roasted him. He had his phone out. I said something about his cricket phone. As they were pulling him out, I started making fun of him again. But
I have fantasies of fighting people, like in my head all the time.
yeah,
Yeah, like if maybe just
I've seen you perform a bunch
Being
of
a
times.
hero.
I don't think you've ever.
no,
I don't think you push anybody's
no,
buttons.
not
to that
somebody,
degree.
not somebody coming after me, but like somebody coming after like one of my buddies.
Oh,
You know, like just going up.
You
and-
have like the hero thing going on in your head.
maybe, yeah, you know, but that's just
I
what
got
do.
this.
Yeah, it's all like fucking chicks and fighting strangers. out
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Is that what's going on?
pretty much all. Yeah, like all the time. Like somebody's gonna say shit to my buddy, and then like I don't know, I throw a couple punches, and then the comedians rise, you know, from their brittle bones, ashes, not getting enough sunlight, trapped in the dark basements, and look to me like, "Oh, Justin, that was so cool.
Oh man,
I'm gonna put you on my show now
I know comics. You know what'll
as a
happen?
bouncer." What?
You'll jump in to save some other comic's ass,
Uh-huh.
and then you'll be getting in it with that guy, and the other guy will put his backpack on and leave. All right, I gotta go to the next one. But
Oh, that would be so fucked
you ever
up.
been in a fight?
Um,
Oh, you don't want to talk about it?
no, I don't think I have been in a street fight. I took martial arts for a number of years, but I mean, I've always just been pretty friendly
Yeah.
growing up. I mean, like, you know, now that I do comedy, like I try out being mean, but I don't like being mean. Even the hecklers and stuff. There was this group like talking, doing their own thing. They were right next to me, and it was so distracting. It was at a mic, and I had to shut it down a little bit, but I felt myself pull back. Like I didn't like the way it felt.
Yeah.
I wanted to be mean, but like I tried it out and I did not like the way it felt. I guess I could push that and see where it goes, but I just did not feel comfortable.
You gotta own the room, though. That's the thing.
You have to own.
Can't give. You can't
I know.
give. It's your job. You got to. You
It
have
does,
to.
but I feel like I
mean-
see a ton of comics who just start wars. They don't have to.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that. I see that too. It's hard to like make your mind up about something, and then the conditions change, and you
Yep.
still go with it. you
Yeah.
know?
You know, you don't know when you're going up, and then you're like, oh, I have this great riff, and I want to hold on to it.
Yeah.
And then like you're 2 or 3 comics later, you're like, well, that's over. Half the people left.
Yeah. That's right. You ever chicken out of telling a joke?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit. I'm trying to think of a specific time.
Was it because like the material was edgy or the room wasn't right?
Like it wasn't hitting the way I wanted it to, and then by like the middle of it, okay, I remember a time I was doing a show, and I was up there, and I was in the middle of this long setup. All of my setups start out really long. It must have been a newer joke because I was stupid, and halfway through it, I'm like, I can't lie. Like, I just had to be honest. Like, I can't lie. I don't even care about this joke anymore. Like, if I know, like, I bored myself to the point on stage, you know, because I didn't want to be that guy getting preachy and get up and tell my jokes. Be a comic.
I've also noticed, like, okay, if I'm at, you know, if I'm working out a new joke and I don't have any confidence in it yet, I start throwing extra words into it to keep me from getting to the punchline. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just start adding to the setup, you know? And
Was it like a scary punchline where, like, some people are going to cringe? Or
it doesn't even have to be. It's just that I'm nervous that it's not going to hit. So, the more crap I throw into it, the longer it takes for me to get to it's the anticipation of it not hitting. And that's, I mean, at some point you get over it, but then again, you never really do, you know?
No.
You get used to it, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
You get used to it's going to go this way or that way.
You become accustomed to it and you move on, thankfully.
I've also had great rooms just fall apart on me. Like, they've been set up, you know, like the whole evening's going great. Everybody's killing.
Dude, isn't that the worst?
It's still
when everybody's doing super, super well, and then you get up there, you're like, this is a piece of cake.
Yeah.
These guys are so fucking wet right now.
They're the hottest.
And you just get in there, and they are not loving you. Let me tell you.
Tweet. You're like, what? Yeah. You're like, oh. And then you come off.
And you just. Like, you take those, you get up there and you take those extra long pauses. Like, you tell your first joke and it doesn't land, and there's an extra long pause because you're still kind of comfortable but terribly confused. Like, okay, well, and then the second joke lands super flat. And
you're like, oh my God. Yeah, and you can't even figure it out. They were like the hottest crowd just the comic before. You can't.
And that, because that's when you, like, either something just subliminally happened, or you got so cocky that something changed in you. Maybe. And then it's 100% your fault. That's the scariest thing. It's 100% your fault.
You're never getting out of it, too, because you're in your head now. It's kind of like, imagine you're at a gangbang, right? You're at this gangbang.
Right, you're fucking all these girls.
And there's a line of dudes. There's a line of dudes, and she's just taking it, right? She's like, oh, this is the best! One after the other, and you get up there, and she's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
You tore it up, and now I can't put this back together.
Oh, man. But, yeah, I have to make analogies to gangbangs once an episode.
Okay.
It's right here in the rules.
Oh, yeah, there it is, gangbangs.
Yep.
A couple weeks ago, I took my first improv class, drop-in.
Sweet.
And it was fun. It's so different from stand-up. And, I loved it. And I'm thinking now I might start interning at the Pit or trying to intern there so I can get in and do more improv classes. And because I watched a jam and seeing, like, the good improvisers, like those kind of performers, it was just like another spark. You know, like, I get, when I see somebody really good, it, like, lights a fire under your ass and you're like, I want to work with that guy. You know, I want to know how he's thinking. There's
some comics, some stand-up comics who, you know, have a background in improv. And those are some of the quickest guys. Like, you talk about destroying a heckler or just being able to work on the fly. Like Nick Vatterott, Mike Leibovitz. These guys are just the beasts.
My buddy he's a huge fan of Chris Gethard. And he's part of, like, a 2-man improv team. And his stand-up is, like, outstanding. Yeah. And he just, and he does, like, he just did this, like, spoken word thing out of nowhere. It was, like, this one topic, spoken word, like a heavy topic. And he just nailed it. And that's, you know, like you were saying, you have to have those multiple facets to your comedy.
Yeah, I believe that you should just create, don't even, I'm not even talking about just comedy, just write something else or draw, just to get your brain clicking other ways, because you'll see these guys who have the same melody in the way they talk. Every joke kind of does the same thing, and you're just like,
And
You
what are
can
you
only
gonna
handle those guys for 5 to 7
what
minutes.
and like what are you gonna talk about that's worth a damn if all you're doing is going to open mics?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You're not having any real life experiences,
yeah. I do about 50% of the mics I did last year.
really.
Yeah.
And you find it and it's all about you know that it's about finding that balance, and you feel like you're better now because of it.
I just feel like good again.
Yeah.
I was so grinding hard because like we were talking about, there's so many good comics here.
Yeah.
It's so intimidating. There's so much opportunity too. I mean, there's what's today? Friday? It's probably 1,000 bar shows in the city tonight, and I'm not on a single one of them. And it's not. I mean, I could try a little harder, but I mean,
Right.
there's just so much out there that it gets in your brain, and you're just like, I gotta keep going, keep going,
You
keep
gotta
going,
keep-
keep going,
yeah.
and it fucking destroys you.
You
Just
forget,
makes you,
like, yo, I'm trying to get better at this.
just makes you a cold machine.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that.
No,
Because then you'll never relate to anybody again.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Oh
neat.
man, I was really hoping Justin would be funnier when I watched this interview.
It was boring.
Yeah. It's been
I,
in New York for like 2 years now. What the fuck's he been doing?
yeah.
God.
Have you been here 2 years?
Yeah, I've lived here like 2 years now.
Yeah, me too. We must have got here around the same time.
I thought you lived here longer. I
No,
thought you've been
I-
here for like 5-10 years.
No.
Didn't you tell me that once?
We
were like
unless I
outside
was
of Broadway
lied.
or something. You
Really?
fucking
No.
lied to me?
I didn't lie. You must have misheard me. I moved. I've only been in New York 2 years.
Okay.
It actually won't even be 2 years till May, and I've taken some time off. I was gone. I was in St. Louis for a few months. I like it. Do you like it?
New York?
Yeah.
No, it's awful. I went to Denver
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, and oh man, it's so much better. Like, how could you even compare?
What do you mean?
It's sunny like 300 days out of the year there. So I go there. It snows once in the morning, and then it's warm the rest of the day. It's like 70 degrees. I'm outside with my shirt off in the park, just staring at this giant grass field. Like, you can ride a bike and not worry about getting just smashed by cars because they have these wide bike lanes. They have a little like separate subversed like bike highway with a river that runs through downtown.
Yeah.
It's insane, and it's just such a beautiful place. I did open mics. The comics were really nice to me.
Yeah.
I got to do like this little like showcase thing at the Comedy Works
Oh,
where they like put new comics up because I was visiting. I got to get up. But yeah, New York's the worst. But you know what it is? We come here because we crave a national audience, and that's
yeah.
I mean, if I had to boil it down to one thing, and this is where it is, and you get to meet other creative-minded people, and I couldn't do production work in Denver as my bread and butter like I can do here.
No. Yeah. I think. Yeah. For me too. It's like just the pace of this city. It'd be hard to. It'd be hard to even go anywhere. It'd be hard to go to like Chicago after this. You know?
Yeah.
It's just so. You can see the craziest thing the very first. You could wake up in the morning tomorrow, go outside at 6 a.m., and you will see the craziest thing than you've ever seen in all of upstate in your entire. I don't know how old you are, 20-something?
Yeah, 26.
You fucker, get out of my house. Yeah, and it's just the way it is here. I don't know. I love it. It's a weird thing. It's like you get used to the pain, and when it's not there anymore, you get like, what's going on? What's going on?
Do you have a fear that you're going to end up back upstate?
I do, and you know I do, because I wrote about that at length, and I will on this show go into it at length as soon as it's over, which it should end on May 5th.
Your debacle.
My debacle that I've been hinting at here and there on this program.
Which shall not be named.
Not yet. I mean, if you've seen me perform, I've talked about it.
Right.
But
it's coming.
I don't want it on tape until it's all wrapped up. You know.
Yeah, I hear you.
My lawyer says I shouldn't talk about it on here.
It's great about New York. You can just do your thing.
I'd rather be here just dying anonymously at open mics.
Yeah.
That guy who said that thing, that sucked. Yeah, but you don't know my name. I've met you 90 times. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
You'll see me again, and it'll be fine. And you'll be like, oh, who's that guy? I like that joke.
Well, I think we're running out of time.
Oh,
Long
shit.
episode. You got anything else you want to throw in there? Anything you want to plug?
Anything I want to plug?
Yeah. Like you need to plug in your phone, or?
I should have done that before.
You should
You
have done it now,
could have been
man.
charging this whole time.
I know, man.
This whole time we were talking, I
this
could
is
have been
free
getting juiced up.
Free Con Ed, man. Mr. Chance.
Taking Damon's energy.
That's right.
Nah, I got nothing.
Got
I want
nothing?
to plug.
All right,
No.
cool. Justin Lanza, fellow upstater, he will be back on the show again as soon as he gets one interesting story. All right, that's it for the low budget show. Join me next time. We're going to talk to the Tooth Fairy and find out where all the teeth go. That's it. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. Goodbye.